everyone, this is Sophie, and today I'm going to redraw a drawing I did when I was 15 years old, a drawing I was super proud of. I'll give tips and tricks during the video to help you better understand the process. Before we start, I wanted to announce that the third and final volume of my manga, Ocean of Secrets, is out. You'll find the links in the description below. I am going to redraw this drawing on my iPad using Clip Studio Paint. There is also an announcement at the end of the video, so stay tuned. In this tutorial, we will start by creating a new illustration page. If you're struggling with drawing human bodies, Clip Studio can help out. You can go to Windows, then Materials, then 3D Materials, Body Type Female, and just drag it in. Some artists use existing images of people, while some prefer these models, but they are really helpful if you feel anatomy is stopping you from getting better. Once you decide on the pose, lower the opacity of the layer so you can draw over it. I'm using the pencil tool to sketch the character. Then, I reduced the opacity of the sketch, created a new layer and made a second one. Each artist has their own way, but I found this to work better for me. This part didn't get recorded, but I freezed it to show you what I did. So I created a new layer and placed it underneath the sketch, picked a skin color and colored it. Then I created another layer above it and changed its setting to Clip Layer below from the layer settings in the layer menu. I used the airbrush and normal brush to add shading to the face as shown. I used the blend tool to blend in the colors together. This is by far my favorite tool in Clip Studio. Next, I created a new layer to draw the eyes using the airbrush. I also highlighted where the nose and mouth will be, and sketched the eyebrows with a lighter tone of brown. Then I continued drawing her blue eyes by adding different shades of blue. Went back to the skin layer to add more shading because this is the point where you either work on it or just leave it, thinking that you should probably go back to just drawing manga. But once I added the lip color, it started looking more real and gave me the courage to continue. Because the process is quite different from manga and anime illustrations, at least for me, I normally draw a line art, then fill in everything with colors. In this style, the line art acts as a guideline only. The main players are the colors, which makes you feel a little out of place when coloring. Here I selected the eye layers, merged them together, then used the blur tool in the filter. As I was studying this style, I realized the eyes tend to be blurry. Then on a separate layer, you can add the eyelashes, which gave it a really cool look. One thing clear here, you're never done with the skin shading. You have to keep experimenting to make it look real, which reminds me of Leonardo da Vinci's famous quote, "Art is never finished, only abandoned." Then I made a new layer to draw the hair. You start with a solid hair color first and reduce its opacity to be able to see your sketch. Pick a darker color and use the brush to outline. Remember, if you don't like the color, you can later change it from Edit, Tonal Correction, and then Hue and Saturation. I always use this tool to adjust the colors I pick. Use the Blur tool to blur these lines and then go ahead and draw more lines. I added more shading to the body. And then change the background color to dark gray. That way I can better see the hairlines and if everything is in place. Reduce the opacity of the outline and start adding more lines with the brush tool. I'm using dense brush to draw the hair strands. In a separate layer, pick a lighter tone and apply it. I'm fixing the skin shading by adding more highlights. I realized the eyes are way too big, so I reduced the size of the iris. The eyes didn't look the best, so I colored it in black and tried a different technique. I'm using both the airbrush and the blend tool to blend in the colors. Here I selected all the face layers, then merged them together. I did the same thing for the hair layers. This gives me the freedom to blend my drawing even more. Remember, the more hair strands the better and more realistic your drawing will be. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I promised an announcement, so here it goes. I'll be giving this illustration as a free NFT in the next video, so make sure to tune in. I'll be sharing the time and date very soon. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I will see you soon.